Quasimodo paused under the great entrance. His large feet seemed as firmly rooted in the pavement of the church as the massive Roman pillars. His great hairy head appeared to be set upon his shoulders like that of a lion, who too has a copious mane and no neck. He held the young girl, trembling all over, suspended from his pellucid hands like a piece of white cloth, but he carried her so carefully that it was as if he was fearful of breaking or bruising her. He felt it seemed that a thing so delicate, so exquisite, so precious was not made for such hands as his. At times he looked as though he did not dare touch her even with his breath. Then, all at once, he would clasp her tight in his arms, against his angulum bossum, as his treasure, as his all, as the mother of that girl would herself have done. His cyclops eye bent over her, shed over her a flood of tenderness, of pity, of grief, and was suddenly raised again, flashing lightning. At this sight, the woman laughed and cried. The crowd stamped with enthusiasm, for at that moment Quasimodo was really beautiful. Yes, he was beautiful. He, that orphan, that foundling, that outcast. He felt himself august and strong. He looked in the fact that society from which he was banished, and which he had so powerfully intervened. He stared down the human justice from which he had snatched its victim, those judges, those executions, all that force of the kings, which he, the meanest of the mean, had foiled with the force of God.
This passage or scene of the book shows human nature not only in Quasimodo, but also the crowd of people. Quasimodo, despite being ridiculed and cast away, was able to rise to the occasion and save Esmeralda. The good in him truly showed.
This passage also reflects the human nature in the crowd, because they looked down upon Quasimodo until he saved Esmeralda. When they looked at all of these features, Esmeralda's great characteristics. It shows how people tend to look good upon someone who is doing something heroic, even when they